The world knows them as Hollywood royalty. She, the effortlessly enigmatic star of 50 Shades of Grey, and he, the poetic frontman of Coldplay, whose music has soundtracked millions of love stories. But behind the flashing cameras and stadium lights, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin have quietly built a love story of their own, one that defies the noise of fame and thrives in the calm of privacy. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exclusive updates from the world of Hollywood love stories. Because what you're about to hear isn't just another celebrity romance. It's the story of how two souls found forever in the most unexpected way. It all began back in late 2017, when whispers started swirling about an unlikely connection between the 50 Shades actress and the Coldplay frontman. At the time, Dakota had just come off a string of intense filming projects, while Chris was navigating life after his high-profile divorce from Gwyneth Paltrow. The two were first spotted having dinner in Los Angeles, then again in Israel, where Chris was performing. What caught fans off guard wasn't just the sightings. It was the undeniable comfort and warmth between them, like two people who had known each other far longer than they actually had. Soon, the world began to notice subtle signs. Dakota was seen at several Coldplay concerts, often standing discreetly in the sound booth. Eyes locked on Chris as he performed. Insiders revealed that Chris had written songs inspired by her, melodies filled with tenderness and mystery, songs that seemed to mirror the private nature of their love. And while paparazzi tried relentlessly to capture more, Dakota and Chris maintained one golden rule: keep their relationship sacred, away from public spectacle. But the curiosity never faded. Fans began connecting dots, decoding lyrics, and analyzing photos for clues. Then came the moment that changed everything. Dakota was spotted with a small tattoo behind her ear, the symbol of infinity. Around the same time, Chris was seen with a similar mark on his arm. Coincidence? Maybe. But for their fans, it felt like confirmation that this wasn't just a fling, it was something much deeper. By 2018, Dakota began to integrate quietly into Chris's family life. She was seen spending time with his two children, Apple and Moses, and even attending family gatherings with Gwyneth Paltrow present. It was a modern family dynamic that shocked Hollywood, not for the drama, but for the lack of it. Gwyneth even referred to Dakota as a wonderful person, a rare public statement that instantly silenced rumors of tension. Still, the couple faced their own tests. In 2019, reports emerged of a brief split. Sources claimed that differences in lifestyle and schedules drove them apart. For a moment, it seemed like their quiet romance had come to an end. But just months later, the two were photographed together again, smiling, relaxed, and more in sync than ever. It became clear that what they had wasn't fragile. It was real, resilient, and worth fighting for. But what truly keeps their love alive in an industry built on appearances? What makes Dakota and Chris so different from every other Hollywood couple that faded under pressure? The answer lies in the private choices they've made, the boundaries they've built, and the rare connection that has survived both fame and distance. In 2020, as the world shut down, their relationship quietly flourished. While most of Hollywood went silent, Dakota and Chris were seen taking long walks in Malibu, grocery shopping together, and spending time with friends in Montecito. Away from red carpets and flashing cameras, they built something far more intimate, a shared life grounded in normalcy. Neighbors described them as low-key and kind, often cooking together or playing music late into the night. Then came 2021, and the world caught a glimpse of what fans had long suspected. This wasn't temporary. During Coldplay's performance on Saturday Night Live, Chris dedicated a song that many believed was for Dakota. Her reaction backstage, caught in a rare behind-the-scenes clip, showed tears in her eyes and a smile that spoke volumes. It wasn't just admiration for his music, it was love, pure and unfiltered. The following year, in 2022, Dakota gave a rare interview where she spoke about their life together. "We've been together for quite a while," she said, "and we both value privacy. It's not about hiding, it's about keeping it ours." That single statement summed up everything fans admired about them. They didn't need validation from social media. Their love was real enough to exist off screen. By 2023, whispers of engagement began to circulate again. Paparazzi photos showed Dakota wearing a ring during a stroll in Los Angeles. While neither confirmed nor denied the rumors, close friends hinted that the couple was more committed than ever. Chris was reportedly planning something deeply personal, a ceremony away from Hollywood, surrounded only by family and friends. And in 2024, those rumors grew louder. Sources close to the couple revealed that Chris had been meticulously planning a private wedding with Dakota involved in every detail, from the music to the guest list. Unlike the extravagant celebrity weddings that fill headlines, theirs would be simple, soulful, and deeply meaningful. A union not for the cameras, but for their hearts. As the countdown to 2025 began, fans started wondering if the moment had finally come. Would this be the year Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin say, "I do"? Would their quiet love story finally reach its forever chapter? Recent sightings in Malibu have only fueled the speculation. Dakota was seen meeting with stylists and designers known for bridal couture, while Chris has been keeping a low profile, reportedly finishing new music dedicated to a very special person. Friends say that the album, rumored to release soon, captures the essence of his journey with Dakota. From heartbreak to healing, from uncertainty to unconditional love, their romance has defied every stereotype of Hollywood relationships. No drama, no scandal, just two people who found peace in each other. And perhaps that's what makes it so magnetic. In a world obsessed with spectacle, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin have chosen something rare: quiet authenticity. After years of secrecy, subtle gestures, and undeniable chemistry, it's clear this isn't just another celebrity pairing. This is a love story that has grown quietly, patiently, and beautifully. From private dinners in Malibu to shared smiles on stage, Dakota and Chris have written their own kind of fairy tale, one built not on perfection, but on understanding. And as they stand on the edge of what may be the next chapter, a wedding that the world has been waiting for, fans can't help but feel a sense of joy. Because in a world where love stories often fade under the spotlight, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin have proven that true love doesn't need to shout. It only needs to last. So what do you think? Will this be the year they finally tie the knot? Share your thoughts below, and stay tuned for more updates on this beautiful Hollywood romance. Because if there's one thing we've learned about Dakota and Chris, it's that their love, just like Coldplay's music, is timeless, tender, and built to last forever. Thank you for watching, and if you believe in lasting love as much as they do, share this story and keep the conversation going. Until next time, this is Hollynews TV, bringing you closer to the stories behind the stars, one heartbeat at a time. And just when fans thought they'd seen it all, 2025 arrived with a wave of speculation that shook the entertainment world. The whispers became louder, the sightings more frequent, and the clues more deliberate. Everywhere they went, from quiet cafes in Malibu to intimate dinners in London, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin seemed more inseparable than ever. But unlike other celebrity couples who thrive on exposure, they remained gracefully elusive, never confirming, never denying, but always leaving just enough mystery to keep the world talking. Insiders close to the pair revealed that Chris has been incredibly romantic in recent months, going above and beyond to make Dakota feel cherished. He reportedly rented out a small villa in Italy during the summer, where the couple spent several weeks completely off the grid. Locals claimed they saw them walking hand in hand at sunset, laughing and looking more in love than ever. For fans who have followed their journey since 2017, it felt like a quiet confirmation that this was more than a relationship. It was a deep, enduring partnership. Meanwhile, Dakota, who has always been known for her fierce independence and calm confidence, has been seen embracing a softer, more serene version of herself. Friends describe her as happier than ever, often crediting Chris's presence for bringing her a sense of peace that fame could never provide. And those who have worked with her recently say there's a new glow about her, a kind of inner calm that only comes from knowing you're truly loved. Behind the scenes, plans for what many believe will be an intimate wedding continue to take shape. A source close to the couple shared that the ceremony will be held somewhere meaningful to both of them, possibly in Colorado or near Chris's Malibu home. surrounded only by close family and trusted friends. The guest list, reportedly capped at fewer than 100 people, includes both their parents, Chris's children, and a handful of Dakota's closest confidants from the film industry. Unlike most celebrity weddings that make headlines for their extravagance, this one is said to be the opposite: simple, emotional, and authentic. The ceremony will likely take place outdoors, possibly under the stars, with live acoustic music performed by Chris himself. "He wants it to feel like one of his songs come to life," said one insider. "Nothing grand, just pure emotion." And while the couple remains tight-lipped, there have been small, telling details that suggest something big is coming. Chris has been spotted at high-end jewelers in Los Angeles, and Dakota was recently photographed wearing a delicate ring that many believe to be her engagement band. She's also been in meetings with stylists known for creating timeless, minimalistic bridal looks. But more than the wedding itself, what fascinates fans is how grounded their relationship has stayed despite the spotlight. Unlike so many other Hollywood couples who let fame erode their intimacy, Dakota and Chris have built something unshakable by focusing on mutual respect and understanding. They are often described as each other's biggest supporters. When Chris is on tour, Dakota travels with him when possible, but when she's filming, he steps back, giving her space to focus on her craft. Their balance is what makes them so unique. It's not about power or status, but about shared peace. Their love has also inspired some of Coldplay's most emotional work in recent years. Music critics believe songs like My Universe, Let Somebody Go, and several unreleased tracks were heavily influenced by Chris's feelings for Dakota. One producer even admitted that during recording sessions, Chris would often talk about how Dakota changed the way he saw life and love. He said she helped him slow down, breathe, and appreciate the quiet moments again. The producer revealed, for Dakota, Chris has been equally transformative. Having grown up in a Hollywood dynasty as the daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith, she's always been surrounded by fame, but she's admitted that Chris showed her a different kind of life, one centered on simplicity and sincerity. In interviews, she's mentioned how much she values their private life, describing how they spend time cooking, reading, and watching old films together rather than attending high-profile events. And though the two rarely share public displays of affection, their subtle gestures speak volumes. From stolen glances at charity galas to private jokes caught by photographers, their connection is palpable even without words. During one Coldplay concert, fans captured a heartwarming moment where Chris looked toward the side stage, smiled, and pointed just before singing a love ballad. Later, audience members confirmed Dakota was standing there, smiling back at him. AS 2025 continues. Many are convinced that a major announcement is only a matter of time. Media outlets have already begun preparing retrospectives of their relationship, chronicling how a quiet dinner in Los Angeles turned into one of the most admired love stories in Hollywood. Social media is flooded with fan edits, tributes, and heartfelt comments celebrating their journey, proof that audiences crave authenticity in a world of fleeting connections. Industry insiders suggest that Chris's upcoming Coldplay tour might coincide with their next big step as a couple. Some even speculate that the wedding could take place right before the tour's opening night, making the music that follows all the more personal. It would be a fitting tribute to a love story that has quietly inspired millions. But beyond the speculation and fan theories lies something even more beautiful: the lesson their relationship offers. Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin have shown that love doesn't need validation from headlines or approval from strangers. Their story is a testament to the idea that real love grows in the quiet spaces, nurtured not by attention, but by trust. For years, they've let their actions speak louder than words. No grand declarations, no exclusive magazine deals, no orchestrated drama, just two people who continue to choose each other every day. And in a city that often confuses fame with fulfillment, that choice feels revolutionary. Their romance isn't perfect, and that's exactly what makes it timeless. It's been tested by distance, schedules, and the ever-watchful eyes of the public. But every time the world doubted them, they came back stronger, proving that true connection can survive even under the harshest lights. AS fans await what could be the most anticipated wedding in years. One thing is certain: Whether they say "I do" tomorrow or 10 years from now, their love has already become something iconic. Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin didn't just find each other. They found a way to keep love real in a world that often forgets what that means. As 2025 unfolds and their story continues, one question remains. Will this be the year the world finally witnesses their forever? Whatever the answer, one truth stands firm. Their love, much like Chris's music and Dakota's grace, continues to remind us all that some of the most powerful stories aren't shouted from rooftops. They're whispered softly between two hearts that simply belong together. And when that day finally comes, when vows are exchanged, music fills the air, and two souls promise forever, the world won't need an announcement. Because for anyone who's been watching from the start, it will already be clear. Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin's love was always meant to last.